With Thor Ragnarok around the corner and the epic battle that's teased, we can't help but wonder who would actually win in a fight. Thor, Odin's son, or the Incredible Hulk? There's no denying that Thor is quite a force to be reckoned with, but there are actually quite a few superheroes who could give the God of Thunder a run for his money. But first, if you haven't done so already, now's the perfect time to subscribe to CBR. You'll be the first one to know when another awesome video is uploaded.
Superman?
The alien, sir. That's what they're calling him, Superman.
Superman. Alright, let's get the most obvious one out of the way. Superman is arguably the most powerful superhero ever conceived. He's taken the world by storm ever since his first appearance in Action Comics #1 in 1938. Not only is he equipped with countless abilities including flight, speed, X-ray vision, heat vision, freeze breath, and invulnerability, Superman has superhuman strength. How strong is he? Well, technically it all depends on which version of the Man of Steel we're talking about, but let's discuss some of the feats of strength throughout his career.
You can save a girl. You can save all of them.
First of all, this Kryptonian was able to fly away from a black hole. You know, that thing with gravity so strong that not even light can escape it? No problem for Supes. As if that wasn't impressive enough for you, he even once contained a black hole with his bare hands. Need more? How about the time he basically bench pressed the weight of the Earth for 5 days straight? That was without the help from the sun, and it wasn't even close to his limit. He barely broke a sweat. Then, of course, we have the infamous sneeze, where he sneezed away an entire solar system. It's safe to say that he's one of the most overpowered comic book characters, and definitely stronger than Thor. Beta Ray Bill. This horse-faced hero made his first appearance in 1983. He was the guardian over an alien race traveling through space when, as luck would have it, he's introduced to Thor. And by introduced, I mean they met and immediately began to pummel each other. The two were surprisingly evenly matched. That is, until they got a little too close to Earth and Thor was reduced to his Donald Blake persona. This made things easy for Beta Ray Bill, and upon defeating the Norse god, he picks up Thor's hammer. The two combatants are transported back to Asgard, and upon realizing that this strange being is able to wield Mjolnir, it's decided that they should have a battle to the death to decide who should be awarded the hammer. These guys have a battle that completely levels the surrounding area, destroying mountains as they let loose on one another. When it comes down to it, they're completely evenly matched. Unfortunately for Thor, the environment that they're fighting in gives Beta Ray Bill a slight advantage, and he's able to emerge victorious. Unwilling to kill Thor, Beta Ray Bill returns to Asgard with him. Odin is pleased that his son's life was spared, so instead of awarding Mjolnir to Beta Ray Bill, he creates for him his own hammer called Stormbreaker.
How do you expect to defeat Zeus if you can't even beat a girl?
Wonder Woman. Diana of Themyscira got her start as an Amazonian princess raised by her mother, Queen Hippolyta. Her origin story changes slightly depending on the universe, but in each she was given life by a god along with her superhuman abilities. Of course, she has her trademark bracelets and lasso of truth, but this demigoddess packs a mean punch. Superman even told her that they are matched in raw power. Granted, he was possessed by Crucifer at the time, but that's still impressive. She herself states that she's almost his equal, and even Batman claimed that if she went out of control, Superman would be the only force on Earth that could restrain her.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
But actions speak louder than words, so let's take a look at what she's accomplished. She, Superman, and Martian Manhunter all pulled and moved the Earth together, which means that if they were all pulling equally, she can move 2 sextillion tons by herself. On one occasion, not only does she keep herself from falling into a black hole, but she uses her lasso to pull John out of it as well. Then you have the OP Wonder Woman that actually lassoed the sun and pulled it around. Needless to say, she is a wondrous woman. The Sentry. This Marvel hero might be one of, if not the most powerful superhero in the Marvel Universe. Robert Reynolds got his start as a superhero when he was in high school after drinking a serum that gave him incredible powers. Sentry has superhuman strength, speed, invulnerability, healing, super hearing, the list goes on. But hold on, he's different because he has an S on his belt, not his chest. So yeah, he's way different. What? His original suit had the S on his chest and he had a super dog? Okay, fine, he's Superman. But that does mean his strength is comparable. He's said to have the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. A supernova is the most powerful explosion known to man, and just one is over 1 billion or nonillion atomic bombs. Now, multiply that by 1,000,000. That is the power behind Sentry. He's broken a mountain in half with his bare hands, torn Ares in half with his bare hands, and he tore Carnage in half with his bare hands. He's really big into ripping things in half.
Look, check it out, listen. catchy, right?
The Thing. People tend to forget about The Thing. Maybe it's because he's just a big pile of rocks. But the general public doesn't realize just how strong he really is. Ben Grimm was the pilot on a spaceship when it got caught in a cosmic ray storm, exposing him and the rest of the crew to radiation. And everyone knows, of course, that radiation gives you superpowers. As a result, the crew was transformed into the Fantastic Four, and one of the strongest heroes in the Marvel Universe was born.
Perfect.
But what about when the comics said his strength maxes out at 5 tons? Yeah, that's not true. Need proof? How about the time he knocked out the Hulk with one punch? He's fought Colossus, Wonder Man, the Hulk, and even Thor. The Thing is the only one who's ever lasted more than 2 rounds against him. There are instances in a few comics where the Thing claims he's not that strong, but his actions say otherwise. Best keep your distance when it's clobbering time. Blue Marvel. Adam Brashear is a relatively new hero to Marvel. His character started as an athlete and United States Marine, and when he discovered his superpowers, he created a secret identity and became the Blue Marvel. He lived in a time where racism was still a real problem, so he made sure to wear a mask as part of his outfit. He was a popular superhero in his time and even received a Presidential Medal of Freedom from John F. Kennedy. But his career as a hero prematurely ended when his mask was damaged in a battle, revealing his race to the public. He was asked to resign to avoid any backlash from the public, but still secretly saved the planet when it was in peril. Years later, he joins up with the Avengers, and we learn just how powerful he is. He has a disagreement with the Avengers, and they all settle it the only way they know how, with their fists. They each take a quick shot at him to no avail, until the mighty Sentry faces him one-on-one. They seem evenly matched, but Blue Marvel puts an end to the fight when he lands a punch on Sentry that sends him flying into space. He then proceeds to take out all of the Avengers.
Greetings, newcomers! Come bask in the bronze glow of Hercules!
Hercules is the son of Zeus, created to be half mortal and half god in order to defend both Olympus and Earth. He's known for his strength, and for good reason. In addition to completing the famous 12 labors of Hercules, this demigod has performed some amazing feats of strength. He pulled the island of Manhattan, he held up the entire Earth on his shoulders, he held up the heavens on his shoulders, and he's even taken on Thor on more than one occasion. The first time they fought was over who would cross a small bridge first. You know these kinds of meatheads. It wasn't long before they started throwing punches, both thoroughly impressed by each other's strength. That match ended in a stalemate when Zeus came down and broke up the fight. Their second match was over pigskin that could turn water into wine. Once again, the two had a ferocious battle that even caught the attention of some gods who came to watch the fight and placed bets on who would win. After a simultaneous blow that created a massive crater and almost incapacitated both fighters, Hercules was able to recuperate and put Thor in a chokehold.
You've been bested by the best! Victory belongs to Hercules!
Thor realized that Hercules is actually better in hand-to-hand combat, and he was unable to escape the hold without cheating and using lightning. Martian Manhunter. John Jones is a powerful telepathic Martian who first came into the comic book scene in 1955. In his original backstory, Martian Manhunter was teleported to Earth by accident. Being stranded on a different planet with no way home, he decides to make himself useful by becoming a detective and helping the people on Earth. Similar to Superman, Martian Manhunter has a Swiss Army knife of abilities. He has invulnerability, flight, super speed, regeneration, shape-shifting, invisibility, telepathy, the list goes on and on. But of course, the most important power he has for what we're discussing today is super strength. Now, the term super strength doesn't quite do him justice because this green guy is really strong. He and Superman were able to push a spaceship that was far bigger than the Earth that was traveling at 36,000 miles per hour. Not only has he fought and held his own against Superman, he's battled the entire Justice League all at once. It's even been said that he is stronger than Superman. In fact, when he was a member of the Justice League of America, it was his responsibility to take down Superman should the occasion arise. Martian Manhunter is a beast, one far too strong for even the likes of Thor. Silver Surfer. Who would have thought that a naked, shiny guy on a surfboard would be so strong? Norrin Radd was just an astronomer on a peaceful planet when Galactus came to destroy everything. In order to save his friends and family, he pledged his service to Galactus, who imbues him with the power cosmic and transforms him into the Silver Surfer. He becomes so powerful that he rarely even needs to use his super strength. Instead, Silver Surfer usually uses matter manipulation or energy manipulation to overcome obstacles without lifting a finger. But on the rare occasion occasion that he does use his fists, he's deadly. Like the time he effortlessly stopped Rhino from charging with one hand, or the time he easily smashed through several vibranium walls to rescue Nova. Then, of course, there was the time when Korvac, using the power cosmic, created a planet out of meteors and attempted to trap Silver Surfer in the middle. It wasn't long at all before he shot out of there like a rocket. He's even taken on the Incredible Hulk a few times. The outcomes are different depending on the comic, but there's no doubt that this man has strength beyond belief.
And Hulk. Smash.
The Incredible Hulk. Ah yes, the man of the hour. When it comes down to it, the Green Goliath is arguably the strongest hero in the Marvel Universe. Yes, even more so than Thor. Not only is he insanely strong when he transforms from Bruce Banner into the Hulk, but he gets even stronger the angrier he gets.
Puny God.
Now, if we list all of his feats of strength, we'd be here all night. So here are just a few of his highlights. He tosses a 20-ton dragon to the moon. He carried an island over his head like it was a piece of paper. And he held up 150 billion tons of rock. That's just him lifting stuff up. Things get really messy when he uses his fists. He's broken free from a prison of plasticine, a material that not even Thor's hammer can damage. He holds Thor's arm and makes Thor hit himself in the face with his own hammer. And oh yeah, he punches She-Hulk, that's Red She-Hulk, so hard that the shockwaves destroy the planet they're fighting on. Thor's a strong guy. He's one of the strongest, but the Incredible Hulk is the strongest there is, even if it is by his own admission. We're taking a poll. Who do you think would really win in a fight? Thor Odin's son or the Incredible Hulk? Give us your answers in the comments below. Also, don't forget to leave us a like by clicking that thumbs up button and hit subscribe to find all of your comic book resource needs.